Have you ever noticed how confusion does not arrive suddenly? It does not explode into your life. It settles quietly. At first, it feels like a small pause inside you, a moment where something does not quite make sense. You replay a conversation in your mind, not because you are dramatic, but because your intuition is searching for clarity. That pause matters because confusion is often the earliest sign that your perception is being challenged. Gaslighting is not loud. It does not need aggression. It works slowly, patiently, and repeatedly. It is a psychological process that teaches you, over time, to doubt yourself. Not by proving you wrong, but by making certainty feel unsafe. At the beginning, gaslighting feels subtle. A feeling dismissed, a memory questioned, a concern minimized, nothing extreme, nothing obvious. But repetition changes the brain. Under the constant drip of denial, your neural pathways begin to prioritize the other person's reality over your own. It is a survival mechanism. If they are right, the conflict ends. If you are right, the relationship is in danger. So, your mind chooses the path of least resistance, self-doubt. Over time, your inner confidence begins to erode. You hesitate before speaking. You soften your words. You apologize even when you are unsure why. Gaslighting does not destroy you in one moment. It reshapes you gradually. And the most dangerous part is that it often arrives wrapped in calmness, in logic, in a tone that sounds reasonable and controlled. The gaslighter appears certain, relaxed, unmoved, and slowly you become the one who feels unstable. This dynamic is especially powerful in close relationships where trust already exists. Gaslighting feeds on that trust. It is particularly effective on thoughtful, empathetic, self-aware people. People who reflect, people who consider other perspectives, people who are willing to question themselves. This is not weakness. This is humanity. In toxic relationships, gaslighting becomes a pattern, a familiar rhythm of phrases that slowly normalizes doubt. To reclaim your reality, we must name the tools used to dismantle it. Phrase 1. You're imagining things. This disconnects you from direct experience and introduces doubt where certainty once existed. Phrase 2. You're too sensitive. This reframes emotional awareness as a flaw. But sensitivity is your radar. They are trying to break the radar so they can fly undetected. Phrase 3. That never happened. This is the ultimate erasure. When shared reality disappears, dependence increases. Phrase 4. You're overreacting. This phrase trains emotional suppression. It teaches you to shrink until you fit into their comfort zone. Phrase 5. I was just joking. Here, harm hides behind humor. But a joke that hurts still hurts. It is not humor. It is boundary testing. Phrase 6. You're remembering it wrong. This attacks your memory. And memory is your grounding. Without it, you have no ground to stand on. Phrase 7. You're too emotional. This suggests that emotion makes you unreliable. But emotions are signals of danger. Suppressing them creates numbness, not strength. Phrase 8. Calm down. You're overthinking. This discourages awareness. Analysis is the enemy of the gaslighter. Phrase 9. Everyone else agrees with me. This creates the illusion of consensus to pressure you into silence, but truth does not require witnesses. Phrase 10. You're making a big deal out of nothing. This minimizes your existence until you begin to disappear from your own life. But why does this stay? Why does the mind accept a reality that hurts? Because gaslighting creates a fog. In this fog, you lose your internal compass. You stop asking, is this true? And start asking, what do I need to say so they aren't angry? This is the shift from living to surviving. When you are in survival mode, your brain shuts down high-level logic to protect the attachment. You become addicted to the moments of clarity the gaslighter provides, even if those moments are lies. To break this, we must look at the hidden mechanics. Notice how the gaslighter never takes responsibility. If they hurt you, it's because you were too close. If they lied, it's because you forced them to. This reversal of roles is called DARVO: deny, attack, and reverse victim and offender. It is a carousel of confusion designed to keep you spinning so you never find the exit. Think about the silence after an argument. That silence isn't peace, it's a vacuum. It's designed to make you crave their voice, their validation, even if that validation comes with a price. They use the silent treatment as a tool to make you feel invisible. And when you feel invisible, you will do anything to be seen again, even if it means accepting a false version of yourself. We must also talk about the mirroring phase. In the beginning, they seemed perfect. They liked what you liked. They saw the world the way you did. This was the hook. They built a bridge of trust so strong that when they started tearing it down, you couldn't believe it was happening. You keep looking for that person from the beginning, not realizing that person was a mask. The person you are dealing with now is the reality. Now, let's look at the physical toll. Gaslighting isn't just in your head, it's in your body. It's the tension in your shoulders. It's the digestive issues. It's the constant state of high alert. Your nervous system is screaming that something is wrong, even while your mind is trying to rationalize it. Healing begins when you stop arguing with your mind and start listening to your body. Your body does not know how to lie. The psychological impact goes even deeper. Prolonged exposure to this environment can lead to what experts call cognitive dissonance. This is the mental pain of holding to opposing beliefs at the same time. I love this person and this person is hurting me. To resolve this pain, the brain often chooses the lie because the truth is too heavy to carry alone. You begin to rationalize the irrational. You start explaining away their behavior to your friends, to your family, and most importantly, to yourself. This is how the gaslighter's voice becomes your own internal monologue. But there is a turning point. It often starts with a single piece of evidence that cannot be denied. A text message you saved, a journal entry from a year ago, a witness who saw exactly what you saw. This is why the gaslighter hates records. They hate clarity. They hate anything that exists outside of their immediate control. They want your reality to be fluid, shifting with their moods. When you start solidifying your reality, you start taking your power back. Awareness is the only way out. The moment you recognize these patterns, they lose their grip. It is like seeing the wires behind a magic trick. Once you know how it's done, you can never be fooled the same way again. Healing is not dramatic. It is quiet. It is consistent. It is compassionate. You begin by listening to yourself again, by trusting small instincts, by documenting the truth. Write down what happened immediately after a conversation. When the fog rolls in later that night, read your own words. Trust the you that was there, not the you that is being pressured now. You must also seek external perspectives. Gaslighting thrives in isolation. It needs you to be alone with the manipulator. When you speak the truth to a safe friend or a professional, the spell begins to break. Shared understanding is the antidote to the poison of isolation. Remember, you were chosen for this because of your strengths, not your weaknesses. You were chosen because you have a light they wanted to capture. You have a capacity for love and patience that they exploited. Reclaiming your reality is not about becoming tougher or colder. It is about putting boundaries around your kindness so it can no longer be stolen. As you move through this process, you will experience grief. You are grieving the person you thought they were. You are grieving the time you lost in the fog. Let that grief move through you. It is the sign that you are finally facing the truth. Truth is often painful, but it is never confusing. Healing is not about fixing yourself. You were never broken. You were simply disoriented. It is about returning to your internal reference point. The part of you that knew something was wrong before you had words for it. That gut feeling is your most sacred possession. It is your soul's way of protecting its territory as you move forward. Expect resistance. When you stop believing the lies, the gaslighter will likely increase the pressure. They may become louder, or they may become more victim-like to pull you back in. They might tell you that you've changed, or that you're the one being toxic. This is just the final stage of the game. Stay grounded. Stay in your truth. You do not owe anyone a version of reality that requires you to disappear. Imagine a life where you no longer have to explain your basic needs. Imagine waking up without that heavy stone of dread in your chest. Imagine trusting your own eyes and your own memory without seeking permission. This life is not just a dream, it is your birthright. If this video helped you name what you experienced, let it stay with you, save it, revisit it, share it with someone who may still be questioning their own sanity. This journey of returning to yourself is the most important work you will ever do. Here at Toxic Relationship Recovery, we are committed to being your partner in that journey. We provide the language for the unspoken and the map for the fog. Subscribe to Toxic Relationship Recovery to rebuild the trust you once had in your own mind. Together, we will dismantle the patterns of doubt and restore the clarity you deserve. We are here to help you reclaim your sense of reality, one step at a time. Every video we share is a brick in the wall of your new, stable foundation. You are allowed to trust yourself again. You are allowed to believe your own eyes. You are allowed to be whole. You always were. Welcome back to yourself. Welcome home to Toxic Relationship Recovery. We are glad you are here. Stay safe, stay clear, and keep trusting your truth.